what is it that you need to get started. And so the next few slides are going to be going into the different aspects of the general information that would be helpful to know to get started. In general, anything about your network that you don't already know or have not yet decided on is room for exploration within simulation. However, that's also a huge search space of possibilities, as we kind of just saw, and so you will need to know some things about your network in order to constrain yourself to be able to actually do a proper search of different choices. And so generally, the things that you should have an idea of, at least going in, are and categorize them in these ways. What is it that you're building? What's the network going to look like? What's it actually going to be doing? What do you want it to accomplish? And how's it going to go about doing those things? What processes, what logic is it going to actually use in order to accomplish that task? And the last question is, okay, say you know what it is and what you want it to do. How's it going to do that thing? So in general, this is where things get a little tricky, because you have to figure out, I mean, there's lots of obviously lots of choices here, but as an example, there are different ways of sending qubits across fiber in the form of light. The simplest way is to use a single rail qubit, which is simply, if there is a photon, that's a 1. If there's not a photon, it's a 0. And you can actually have quantum superpositions of there being a photon and no photon. And so that's one way of doing this. It has its own challenges, and oftentimes we like to go towards some sort of dual rail type of qubit, which means we have always one photon, but various aspects of that photon can vary. For example, we can store the 0, 1 information into the polarization of the qubit, or in the timing of the qubit. So say if a qubit or if a photon arrives early, that's like a 0. If it arrives late, it's a 1. And because it's quantum, it can be in a superposition of those two things. So understanding how you're actually going to be sending quantum information is very important. Also very important, which I haven't talked a whole lot about here, is how is there's obviously going to be classical software that runs a lot of this stuff, and classical choices to be made about what to do when at a given node or link. And so in general, what is the sort of logic, software or protocols that your network will run and coordinate itself on? How will a different node know what to do, and how will they coordinate themselves and know what to do when? So hopefully that all made sense. It's obviously a large search space that we kind of have here, and a lot of different choices, which is why it's always good to have a good idea of these things first, and know sort of high level details. And beyond that, any sort of degree of freedom that you have in your network, that you can be it a choice of detector A or detector B, or be it a parameter that you can just tune on a memory or whatever. Those are things that you can then begin to explore, like which one of these gives me a better performance.